Happy New Year, and with the new year, that can only mean one thing. The 2026 Majors is finally upon us. The Majors is one of the biggest competitions in cheerleading, and honestly, one of the most unique too. Starting back in 2012 with just 2 divisions, it is now held every year in Indianapolis, inviting only the best teams. Fast forward to 2026, we now have 8 divisions being showcased and 25 teams all fighting for a Majors title. Now, I've never been to the Majors. Heck, I've never even been in a division that was eligible to go to the Majors. And of course then, who better to speculate on who's going to win than myself? And with that being said, y'all, let's jump right into extra small coed. Extra small coed is easily the division that I have the least amount of familiarity with, and I'm gonna be honest, I never really watched it that much. But I've clearly been missing out because after watching all 3 of these teams, Fever, Team Guns, and Smoex, clearly this is the most well-balanced and closest matchup I think there is for this competition. All 3 of these teams genuinely look so strong and so even this early into the competition. I cannot even imagine what it's going to be like later in the season. Team Guns is really bringing the difficulty with their elite stunt this year. The back handspring through to immediate rewind to lib is absolutely jaw-dropping, and that pyramid in the rest of the routine continues that difficult trend. Smoex, on the other hand, has really found their footing in this division. They surprised me a lot, and I think they easily have the best pyramid here. I would not be shocked at all if they were the ones to walk away the champion. Trust me, this title could easily go to any one of these 3 teams. However, I think I am gonna have to trust my gut with this one and bet on Gym Time Fever. Their difficulty is absolutely top notch, just like the other 2 routines we talked about. However, where I think they really win me over is the routine composition. They just use the entire floor so well that they honestly look so much bigger than they actually are. And on top of that, in small technical areas, spacing, transitions, little clean details, I think that's where they're gonna rack up those little bits of tense, half tense here and there that's gonna really let them edge out the competition. This is where things really begin to heat up. In extra small all girl, all 3 teams have already competed this year, so it gives us a nice baseline to kind of judge and see how they're doing so far. Now, I've been a Golden Girls fan even before they won Worlds last year. Off of that win, you can definitely see them reaping the rewards with a lot of the new talent that has been brought in. Tons of difficulty has been added and seen in both their stunt and pyramid. However, watching the routine, I do feel the pace as a whole is a bit slower than the other 2 in the division, and this early, I feel like that may hurt them.
Ladies, can I get some Cali?
The California All-Stars Lady Bullets is one of the most famous teams in cheerleading history. In the early 2000s, this team was carving up the small senior 5 division, taking multiple NCAA and Worlds titles. However, that is unfortunately what I said earlier. It's history. Lady Bullets, unfortunately, haven't been able to secure another national championship title or Worlds title since 2013. After 12 years of coming up short, close calls, and division change this past year really saw Lady Bullets coming back into the fold, earning both a silver at NCAA and Worlds. And this year, as the music says very clearly, is a Lady Bullet year. The routine is high energy, high performance, and doesn't let up the entire time. However, as a whole, I do fear this might be the same routine we've seen before, which brings me to the question, what's changed and is it going to be enough? Brings me to who I think will be bringing home the gold this year. I can summarize South Coast Cheer Fearless this year in one word: pissed. After years of extra small senior dominance, the 24-25 season shocked everyone, with them coming up short in nearly every major competition. The routine still had the same insane level of difficulty and cleanliness that was seen in the prior years. So what changed? Well, nothing, and I think that's kind of why they lost. This past couple of years, the industry has really seen a shift in a different direction towards the routines they like to reward. It's no longer just about hard, clean-hitting routines. Difficulty is great, but at the end of the day, this is a performance sport. And we've seen time and time again these past couple years, the judges really reward that super creative, performance-driven routines, even if they aren't doing the hardest skills possible. Yes, it's great to hit the score sheet, but it's better to make the judges feel something. And at the end of the day, it's not what you can do, it's how you can make the judges feel, and that's what brings out the championships. However, I think Fearless has done exactly that. They went back to the drawing board, figured out what wasn't working, and has made one of their most entertaining routines to date, while still maintaining that high difficulty and execution that they are known for. They have now both the performance and the difficulty aspect mashed it together, and I think that's exactly why they're going to be this year's major champions. Small coed this year I find really interesting because for the past couple of years it has been really one-sided, with BSB completely dominating the division, with very few teams who can even come close to touching them. Especially once Max Senior Stars switched to the limited division, there really did seem like there was nothing and no one anyone could do to slow BSB down. However, I really feel like this year a shift is taking place. BSB's first comp was rough, and while the routine does have some insane, crazy difficulty moments, seriously BSB, those front pops to even attempt is an absolute wild feat, and y'all should absolutely be proud of that. However, I feel the routine as a whole is lacking, and while yes, it is super early in the season, they usually do look a little bit stronger in their first showing. Brings me to my team I am most excited for Friday, which is South Jersey Storm Celsius. Coming out of seemingly nowhere last year, Celsius shocked everyone with their high energy and creative routine, coming just shy of a globe. With this new routine, featuring the same creativity and difficulty as last year, then amped up, as well as teams like Will and Elite Black Ops no longer being in the division, it really feels like Celsius is going to be a force to be reckoned with this year. Their throwback theme to old school cheerleading provides super clear pictures and clean transitions, while they're stung with those teddy bear to rewinds to make sure to keep some of that modern flair. With all that being said though, while Celsius is who I am really rooting for and I cannot wait to see, I don't know if they're going to be the ones that come out on top. And that's because Prodigy Midnight looks absolutely incredible this early in the season. I have never been the biggest Prodigy Midnight fan, but I cannot deny the raw force of talent that is with Prodigy this year. Seeing them in person at Spirit Celebration left my jaw on the floor. The routine is so much fun, the difficulty is off the charts, and then being able to look that good only a week later at Encore shows that it's not just a fluke, that they can hit multiple times already. And if they're hitting this early, this in the season, Majors is going to reward that, and I think it's going to show on the floor. All right, y'all, Small Girl, and I'm going to keep this one short and sweet. It's SSX. Like, I'm sorry, but they really are just that team. Every year, so dominant, intense routines with difficulty and performance alike. Hitting super early isn't an issue for them. This early in the season, it's normal for most teams to be playing catch up with them. This year, especially with Lady Lightning and Jin's out of the picture, they truly are a Goliath in that division. Now, that's not to say they are unbeatable. TGOC has been a favorite of mine since they were in Small Open Coed in 2023. And like a true underdog, won Worlds. Even last year, they had some amazing performances, but as a whole, I feel they lack experience in this division. And while ECE did beat SSX and win NCA this past year, at the time of this recording, they haven't competed yet. X are simply just the team most likely to hit at a peak level this early. This one is personally painful for me because for the longest time, medium coed is one of my absolute favorite divisions to watch. From 2017 when I started to about 2021, this division was packed with some of the best teams in the country. To me, it had the perfect amount of boys to girls, the perfect amount of stun groups to make everything interesting without it being overwhelming, and just an overall good flow to the routine. And we used to have so many teams in it, one of the most popular divisions in the sport. And now in the year of our Lord 2026, at the majors, we're down to only two. Spirit of Texas Royalty is one of the staples in the cheerleading industry and a team that will always have my heart. I admire that through thick and thin, no matter where the sport goes, SOT will always stick to their guns and do what they know best. Clean, classic cheerleading. This routine this year does add a bit of modern flair and honestly a lot more tumbling than I was really expecting. The stunts in Pyramid are as beautiful as always. However, the start of this year has been a little rough. Spirit Celebration wasn't great for anybody not named Midnight or Panthers, and their showcase wasn't their best outing. However, I believe it is at Encore Houston where we really got a taste of what Royalty can do. And if they can do what they did at Encore and hit like that again, then I think gold is not far off. Then we have the Cali Black Ops, the reigning medium coed world champions and what feels like the people's choice. Coming off a Worlds win can do wonders for a team. You come back super confident, often picking up exactly where you left off, and usually picking up a lot of talent that comes by. And it seems that this year Cali Black Ops isn't an exception to the rule, with a truly beautiful stunt packed with difficulty, and I think where they truly are going to take the lead is tumbling. As a whole, I think either of these teams could easily win this competition. However, I am going to give the edge to Royalty because they do already have 2 competitions under their belt and we know they can hit under lights, and I think that is really going to help them here. Medium All Girl is one of those divisions that seems to be in constant flux. Teams are always leaving the division, joining the division, getting invited to the majors, not getting invited the next year. It seems to always kind of be shifting. And this year we only have 3 teams joining us in the majors. Top Gun Lady Jags returns to the majors this year, packing the same Top Gun entertainment and creativity that they are known for. And while it is as entertaining as ever, I feel that this early in the year, they lack a lot of the cleanliness that is needed to win this competition. Now granted, they did score incredibly high at WSF, so I could be completely off base. But as a whole, I feel that there are other teams in this division that are a bit cleaner right now and that are more likely to take home the gold. LJ often hits their stride around Nationals and World season, so I fear it might just be a little too early for them to peak, and we're going to see a lot more of them doing a lot better around that time of the season. ATA Atomic makes their return to the majors after a hiatus from last year, and while they are really pushing and packing in as much of this routine as possible, and it is impressive, much like many other teams on this list, an early season competition like the majors requires a lot of cleanliness, and it often comes down to who is going to hit. Which brings me to the Stingray All-Stars Peach. Right now, I think Peach is the cleanest and most likely to hit this early on in the season. It also helps that the amount of tumbling they have going on in this routine is crazy. I had to check the timestamp to see if it was going over because it felt like they just kept going and going. And when the routine makes me do that, it's usually a good sign of things to come. And so because of that, and I think they just look the cleanest right now, I think Stingray Peach is going to take home the win. Large coed level 6 is often seen as one of the peaks of our sport, requiring so many athletes on the floor, all to be competing at a high level 6 skill range, and do skills that are often not seen in any other division due to there not being full group. It is no wonder why there's only 3 to 5 teams in this division for the entire year. The Stingray All-Star Steel made their return to large coed last year after a brief but memorable year in the medium coed 6 division, and I'm so glad they did because the routine this year is truly incredible. Stunts look hard and spread out well, they have a great use of the floor and show off difficult tumbling with their girls, and it is great seeing Stingrays, a team known for traditional clean cheerleading, really push their creativity this season with some of their stunt transitions and entries. However, and I am going to show my bias a little bit, I still think Cheetahs are going to be able to come out on top. Despite Cheetahs having a rough first outing at Spirit Celebration, I still think they're going to be able to hit it when it counts. Cheetahs has won this division in majors for 10 years. That is not something that happens out of luck or coincidence. They know this venue, they know this score sheet, they know this process for this competition. If anyone is going to be able to pull out a 0 last second, it's going to be them. Seeing them in the gym practicing, it is very clear what the priority is this year: winning and bringing this team into the next generation of cheerleading. Their pyramid is beautiful and hard. The choreography is updated and modern, and I truly believe this is the way forward for them and why I think they will be getting number 11 at the majors this year. This is what I would argue is the main event for any cheerleading competition. Like large coed, large all girl is seen as the pinnacle of this sport and has quickly become one of the, if not the most popular divisions to watch, racking up millions of views throughout YouTube and filling up arenas designed for celebrity concerts. While teams have come and gone, 4 have remained steadfast in the division: the Cheer Athletics Panthers, Stingray All-Stars Orange, Cheer Extreme Senior Elite, and the World Cup Shooting Stars. This year is also interesting because we have 2 heavy hitters joining the division. Firstly, the Central Jersey All-Stars, Bombshells. When they announced they were coming to this division, I lost my Bombshells have won Worlds 4 different times in 3 different divisions, and the action-packed, difficulty-stacked routine this year shows that they have no intent on stopping now. However, this early in the season, it looks like that difficulty might be a little bit too much to handle. Even though I have no doubt as the season continues, they will rise and look as insane as they always do, but for a competition this early in the season, I just haven't seen them be where they need to be yet, but I am hoping they could prove me wrong. The Woodlands Elite Generals have always had a soft spot in my heart. Being one of the first teams I ever watched and seeing people like Caroline Day being an absolutely amazing tumbler, as well as someone who could stunt as well, is a big reason I fell in love with the sport, and I've been a fan of the 5-star girls from Houston ever since. Despite my love for them, and easily some of the best tumbling in any routine I've ever seen, the Generals have been really struggling to break out of this silver world string since their last gold win in 2015. I was skeptical at first of them going large. I've got to say, I've never been happier to be proven wrong. Seeing them at Spirit Celebration, my jaw was on the floor. The routine is beautiful, easily one of my favorites to date, and the stunts look just as good as their tumbling. I simply think that they are the team with the most wow factor this season, which is why I think they will be this year's champions. However, I am going to cheat a little bit because this division is so tight and so close. I think it actually could be a tie or one of these two because the Cheer Athletics Panthers look absolutely incredible right now. The girls this season are hungry. Hitting 0 day one of the very first competition of the season is an amazing feat, and they have kept that hard work up consistently, looking amazing in the gym. The routine has so many great moments for crowd involvement as well as creative elements that seamlessly lead into difficult stunts. So I truly believe it'll either be Babs or Jins getting the gold at majors this season. Anyways, guys, that is my list for who I think is going to be the majors champions in each division this year. At the end of the day, guys, this is my opinion. I would love to hear yours. It's all love, and I'm just so excited to see great cheerleading in action, and I will see y'all next time.